a couple second delay.
All right.
So, I'm waiting to make sure it's on. Hello, hello, hello. And then what you will notice is on YouTube.
It's up right now.
Yes, up. So on YouTube, when I speak, my face will come up, and then when you speak, your face will come up.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. Anyway, what's up, motherfuckers? This is Mark, and Tom is here.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Sweet. You used it already. So Tom is another YouTuber and eBay dropshipper. And I figured, well, I wanted to be the first motherfucker to have him on their live before he blows up. So what I try to do is I try to sneak in on these motherfuckers' channel before they get famous. So when they get famous, I'll still get traffic. But yeah, so I wanted to. So there are a couple of people on. What's up, great one? So yeah, so I what I want to do first is I want Tom and I to have a conversation and just talk about, like, he'll introduce himself and we get into it, and then we'll do question and answer. All right, is that cool, Tom?
Sounds like a plan.
So Tom, who the fuck are you? And let's get into the shit.
All right, so my name's Tom Cormier, 24 years old. I've been drop shipping for about a year now. I started in September, and I kind of had to take a little break. Well, not a break, but before I started, I went to Oktoberfest. I was like, all right, I should put this off until Oktoberfest is over. So I came back, and that's when I started listing all my items. And so I made my first sale. I still remember it, October 15th, and I saw the promise in it, and I saw that I was growing. Like December, for like second full month, I had already sold like 20,000 in sales, and I was like, I hated my job. So
where were you? What job did you don't have to call out where the fuck you're working though?
Yes, I'm not gonna call them out really.
Yeah, but what type of job? Yeah.
That's a small place. Nobody would even know anyways. But I'm a chemical engineer, so I went to school, pretty decent college for 4 years to get a chemical engineering degree. That's down the drain. Maybe I could go back. It's a good fallback plan. But so I was doing electroplating. I was working in the lab, just doing the same stuff in the lab nonstop, and I absolutely hated it. I was like, I like the idea of it, the science, but when you do the same experiment like 700 times in a row, it's like gets a little old. So I was like always looking for a way out. My dad was an entrepreneur. He ran his own like business, so I kind of saw that since I was just a young kid. So I made the jump way too early into it. I was getting the Q4 sales. I was like, all right, 20,000 in sales. It's only going up now. And I just quit. Like I was like, January 1st is my first day of being an entrepreneur, and I quit. And yeah, I mean, it was rough for like 2 months, but I made sure I had some financial backing. I didn't just jump right into it with no money.
So okay, so that's interesting. So first of all, I asked you what you studied and shit. Like, it's interesting that you introduce yourself, because a lot of people think that like I have experience in e-commerce or some bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And I guess you didn't.
But I had a bit, I would say. I didn't really touch upon it, but so my mom's always done eBay and stuff. I've always seen her like flipping antiques and stuff. And to this day, she doesn't work anymore, but to this day, she'll go on Craigslist, find like free furniture, like sand it down, paint it, and bring it to like the rich areas near us, and like sell them in the consignment stores there, because rich people buy painted furniture for a lot of money. And she got it for free off Craigslist. So she does it like that's what she does for fun now.
Right.
And so I've seen that. And when I graduated college, we drove from Worcester, Massachusetts, all the way to Key West in like 3 days.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We were partying, having a good time, and I came back and I had negative $11 in my bank account, and I was like, I need to make some money. So I started selling all my video games when I was a kid, and I made a lot of money doing that. And I was like, I think I could flip these and start putting out ads and getting them. And then I started buying them and like flipping them for more money. And I was making like not a lot, but enough. And then I got into flipping cell phones, and then that's when I saw the drop shipping, and I got into that.
You are lucky. Y'all young motherfuckers are lucky as fuck. Because when I was in college, I think Facebook came out when I was in college.
Yeah.
So like all this making money online shit was a lot different back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
All right, so there are 54 fuckers watching my video and only 6 likes. So it'll be very nice if you fuckers like my motherfucking video.
Like this shit.
So okay, so it's interesting you got into eBay dropshipping last year.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen in the year that you've been doing it? Tyler's an idiot. What's up, Tyler? In the years, yeah, Kevin, we'll answer that question in a second. I actually got your email. In the year that you've done it, have you seen it got harder? Like,
I mean, the only thing I would say is, yeah, when I started, there was really nobody was saying like eBay drop shipping was like over. There wasn't like not a lot of people were saying that. Not that
right.
it is. I'm just saying there's people saying it now. So obviously it was all good and gold. I was up to like, 85,000 on my main account in sales like in March, and I was like, yeah, doing well. And then, April hit, and I was just like, oh God, like this is not good. But you need to act upon that stuff at all points in times, I
For
think
you,
you're breaking up a bit. Oh,
okay, yeah, just came out.
okay, yeah.
I said that's interesting that you said that because in the 6 years I've been dropshipping on eBay, at least once a year,
Yeah.
people say dropshipping is done.
Yeah, I mean, I could see
at
something
least
catastrophic happening, and everybody's like, "Oh no, no!" Like the sky's
Right.
falling, and then like you just gotta make quick actions.
Right. So that's that. All right. And then okay. So after I've been able to. So April, my sales dropped like 30 or 40%. May, I started to do a lot more sponsored listings. So June, July, I think July I crossed 200,000 again, like 200,000, just to prove to myself. And I hadn't sold 200,000 a month since like 2016, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I like to keep around 100,000 because I'm just like, I'm making money. I have no problems. Let me not look for problems. Like
And you're doing other things.
I made close to 40 grand back in like Christmas 2013, but I almost lost my eBay account because of that.
Yeah.
That's a whole other. So what has happened since April?
So yeah, I mean, I saw that there were some people saying like, "Oh, the biggest thing that you need to do is change your address or change your zip code or something." It was like the location, and I was like, "That's bullshit." And then I was like, I'm just gonna make another account, because if I have one account doing shitty at like 40,000 now because it dropped by 50%,
Right.
then if I have two accounts doing shitty, I'm back. And like that's the way that I looked at it. And
right.
I was like, but then what ended up happening was I mean, you've talked about it in some of your recent videos about creating another account, and people are seeing success on that. I got my second account. I was calling every day, get my limits raised. I started off pretty high limits, and I was bulk listed, like I delisted like 900 or 1,000 items off my main account that hadn't sold in the last 30 days, put them on my new account, and they were selling like wildfire. And I got up to 63,000 in sales in the first 29 days.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like,
so how many fucking listings do you have in your main account?
My main account had like 3,000. I do a lot of just like Amazon, like lower margin Amazon, where you do like higher margin other things.
Everything else.
Yeah.
and I used to do a lot more Walmart, but I'm moving away from Walmart because a lot of people are doing that shit.
Yeah, it's getting saturated all around.
Ben, are you not watching the fucking video? Don't change your address.
No. Yeah, don't do that.
This is what we talked about before we started the video.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, and the same question is going to be asked.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so now what are your sales? What are your sales?
Yeah, so I started a third account recently. Haven't really put very much work into that. That's around like 20,000 in sales. Right now, my second account that I made in April is about 70, and then my main account's like 55 or 60. So this
is what I'm saying. People are complaining. Okay, so people were making 10 grand a month or 5 grand a month, working kind of hard.
Yeah.
And now you just have to work harder or hire more fucking VAs, and people are fucking complaining.
Yeah. I mean, I have 5 VAs. If I didn't want to do anything for like 4 days on my account, I could. But, I'm always looking to do more things, grow bigger, grow other things, do other things. I work every day. I work the same amount I was back in January when I had no idea what the hell I was even doing. It's just that I'm working the same amount now, but I'm building in other just facets of business.
Well, one, you're fucking 24.
Yeah, I'm 20.
And like, so you have to be busting your ass now.
That's true. I mean,
And like,
I'm fully accepting that, and I know that that's a thing. So
yeah, because like I was going hard on eBay for a while, and then I was going hard on YouTube for a while, and now I'm bored as fuck with YouTube. I'm still going to be posting 2 videos a day, but I'm bored as fuck. And now I'm doing more Instagram shit.
yeah, I mean, you always got to keep it new and exciting. I feel it's like learning new things is fun, and that's what I like about this business.
And I actually want to buy a Bentley next year, so I'm actually going hard.
I bought a truck.
Really nice.
It was better than my 1996 Camry I had.
But we can't beat Matt with his fucking Lamborghini.
That's true.
Like I can't lease any of those type of cars down there.
Yeah, that is true.
But I have a driver that costs $300 a month, so I'm not going to trade in a Lamborghini to have it. Just like give up my fucking driver.
Yeah.
So okay, so what is your goals this year? So first of all, guys, in the description, there's a link to, he's a YouTuber. There's a link to his channel. What's up, Tony? There's also a link to his fucking course. He sells a course. I did it. It's legit. The only thing I don't like about it is this motherfucker doesn't use DSG. But, but outside of that, he's legit. So okay, so first of all, why the fuck did you make a course? Did you do any courses coming into eBay dropshipping? Like we talked a little bit before the call about. I see someone asked what method you're using, but let's just finish our back and forth for like maybe 5 or 10 more minutes, and then we can do question and answers.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I did take a course. I don't really want to say whose course it was or talk
fuck him,
about
it's
anything.
fine.
All right, yeah. So his name's Andre. It's not the worst course ever. He's not the worst guy, but we had a falling out. So I was coaching for him, it just didn't go the way as planned. So I took the course I was supposed to make for him, and I made it and then I just, it's my course. I made it. And he was supposed to help me market it and stuff like that. I wasn't liking the way it was going, so I moved off on my own, started my own thing.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know. I didn't know. Okay.
So I think the course came out, earlier than, a lot of people probably looked at me like, oh, who's this guy coming on the scene? Like, why does he have a course? But, it's like the people inside of the group that I was making the course for all knew who I was, you know what I mean? But I was like, I already have a course here. I might as well, put it out there. But what I wanted to try to make the course into was that I've taken a lot of courses or seen a lot of courses, and it's like a lot of just overview of like, all right, this is how you would go about doing it, but like doesn't really show how you would do it. Like, oh, this is how you do a return, or this is how you process like an items not received case. But it doesn't show you like how to do it. And I wanted to make a lot of my course like how you go in there and do it. And it does take a lot more editing because you have to go in there and blur out all your information.
All your shit, yeah.
It took so long, but like I think it leads to a more just like, first off, less questions in general, and just overall like in-depth course. It's 55 videos long was like the initial course, and it's like 6.5 hours of videos. So I just added 3 new videos today too.
Okay, sweet. And it's funny because when I first started YouTube, I used to snipe from myself, and no one knew. So everyone was just like sniping me. And the purpose of me doing that was to show these fuckers that like even with all this competition, you can still make money.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not doing that shit this time around. Like
I could see you could probably last a while before people really catch on, but I mean, I've had videos where they've gone out there and other people don't realize that my name's been out there, my eBay name's been out there, and I realized like 6 days later, I'm like, oh god. I go in there, I start blurring that out. I'm like, all right, hopefully not too many people realize.
So what are your goals, Mark? I'm making you richer. Thanks, fucking Tyler. Tyler, you making bank. Stop giving me $4.99 and $1.99. Give me like $10.
What a giver.
Yeah, right? Like this motherfucker's like, yeah, I got a new condo. Go buy a beer. Like the fuck. Like I bought a smoothie today that cost more than $5 in the second poorest country in the hemisphere. So anyway, so what What are your goals for how far do you think you could take this shit? First of all, how much money do you make right now, if you don't mind me asking?
So it's 150, I'd say, a month, and I'm probably around like 10,000. It depends. I just found, I started working with another program that you'll see more videos out there that has really increased the profit margin. So I could imagine this month in September being extremely a lot more profitable than July and stuff. But it's definitely well over 8,000.
Okay. Tyler, I'll go take that $10 and go play Poker Stars. So thanks. If I make any money, I'll send it back to you. So and how far do you think you could take it?
I really only want to take it to like 200. Well, at first I said that to 100, and then I was like, well, I could probably get 150, and then I hit that, and now I'm like 200. But I really do think that I want to start getting into other facets of like Amazon dropshipping. I've put a lot of research into it. I haven't acted on it yet. Like I learned how to list on Amazon. I've sourced items for Amazon, and I'm like, I just put an ad up for a VA. I'm like, I'm there. I just need to, just fully send it into the Amazon atmosphere. And I think that there's a lot more to be done over there. So,
and you have 5 VAs. This is something that I want a lot of these fuckers to understand. So when I first started, I did everything by myself, right? Like I was broke as fuck. I needed to make money just to live. And then once I understood how to train people and so on, now I don't really, like I have people to manage my accounts. I still list because I'm a control freak psycho.
Yeah.
And I want to generate the sales. And also because we make software, I need to have like hands-on understanding of what's going on continuously. Yeah. So I can't just be like, okay, let the VAs list, I think. But how far you think you could have taken it without VAs? And when did you decide to hire your first VA? I'm just asking because that's a lot of shit that people here would ask.
Yeah, this is the number one thing that I always think is why people sit there and
tell Matt what's up, Tyler. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Why people, I think, just sit there and spin their wheels for just months and months and months. They're like, oh, like, I'm trying to list. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to make sales. Like, I haven't got tax exempt yet. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't paid attention to anything. And then they're expecting these sales to come in to then be able to afford a VA. And it's like, it's if you don't know what you're doing and you're not putting the time and effort in and like other stuff, then you're not gonna be able to afford the VA off your sales anyways. So you might as well just get a VA right off the bat. So I got 2 VAs right off the bat. I knew that. Wow. I knew that I was gonna need VAs, and I'm like, this whole listings thing sounds awful. Why would I ever want to? Like, it's a very shitty thing. So I was like, I had them sourcing for like a month. Like I said, I went to Oktoberfest. They were sourcing beforehand. I had no idea what they were supposed to be doing. I'm just like, yeah, do what you were taught beforehand.
But so wait. Where did you find these fucking VAs?
Onlinejobs.ph. Like everybody gets their VAs, but they have experience. We have experience. I'm naive. I'm like, oh, yeah, you got experience. Some dude taught you. You do that. But I only had them sourcing. They weren't listing the items. I was still looking at them, and I was like, well, this doesn't look good. And then eventually we learned together, what was supposed to be happening. And then I fired one. And then, but the one thing I can say about VAs that I would say is get a good one and then just ask them if they know anybody else that wants to be a VA. Like that's how I've got all my VAs after that. It's like I have his wife, I have his nephew, his brother. It's like a whole family.
And in the Philippines, they speak perfect English.
I mean, pretty damn good.
Yeah, because I think even their relationship with the U.S., they were like a U.S. like I can't remember. I don't want to say it. Yeah.
My customer service VA definitely types better English than I do. I'll tell you that. Like, yeah, more, like grammatically correct than mine. I'll tell you that.
So, all right. So what do you want to go into question and answer? So, guys, Tom and I could do some question and answer now. Now, in the description, there's a link to his YouTube channel. Go check that shit out. There's a link to his fucking course. Go check that shit out also. But let's check that shit out. Let's go don't check it out. Buy that bitch. But anyway, so do some you guys ask us some questions. We'll do a question and answer now.
Should we scroll through to the old questions and look at them?
Nah, fuck that. There are too many messages, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
So what does Tom use?
What does Tom use for his main source of products? I meant Tom, not Tyler. I use primarily Amazon. I do sell Walmart items on one of my 3 accounts. I would say I have like 11,000 total items between my 3 accounts, and yeah, and my Walmart, I have like 1,000 Walmart items. So
Wow. Okay.
like 10% Walmart items, or a little bit less than that, 9%.
I have less than 1,000 listings total. It's
Yeah,
interesting. It's interesting to have a conversation with you guys who have different strategy, because before I would be like, I don't know, like before Becky came and stayed in my house and I saw optimization actually work.
yeah,
I actually made videos like, fuck that shit. It
yeah.
doesn't work. But my English is not good, so that might be right.
No, I feel you on that.
All right. So
Uh,
what else?
what?
Do you snipe or optimize?
I
What's it?
strictly snipe items using a majority Zik Analytics. That's all I've really used since I've started Zik Analytics. I
Okay.
die hard Zik Analytics fan at the moment.
Okay.
But I do see some things changing in the future with that. Um,
Fuck Zik Analytics. I'll give you your DSGN light and you compare the two. But if it is worse than Zik Analytics, say it. Like, I'm not giving you the shit to be like,
yeah, I'll tell you.
yeah.
I had one lady give me a competitor of the program the other day that I was using, and I was like, to be honest, like I don't think it's as good as the other one I was using. I'm sorry. She didn't respond. I was like, didn't take the criticism well.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so how much do I
Ben,
pay at VA is one question. Like 240 a month, 200, 220, 240 if they're good, 300.
okay.
That's what I pay. Can you become tax exempt if I live outside the US? I feel like that question has been asked like a bajillion
Oh,
times.
Jesus
The answer
Christ.
is yes.
Okay,
If you know
motherfuckers. If you want to get tax exempt and you don't know how to do it, we have a service that costs $500, and we'll get a corporation and get you tax exempt with Walmart, Amazon, and Home Depot for you fuckers who don't want to actually do it yourself.
yeah, do that. It's probably easier. What was the next one?
Someone asked if you mainly sell cheap items or high ticket items.
I'm not particular. I do have like a minimum profit set at like 25 or 10 cents or something. I forget what it is, but like I have the Amazon cash back cards and all this stuff like that. So I'm getting all like the cash back rewards on the back end. I got
That's what
6,000.
you're playing. You're playing that fucking.
Yeah, I'm playing like Tyler plays. And
Yeah.
I got $6,000 last month in Amazon cashback rewards. So
So what that means, motherfuckers, is those of you guys with bad credit can't play that game.
yeah. Make sure your dad has really good credit, and then you're a junior, and then all of his stuff goes onto your credit, and then you look like a baller when you graduate college. that's what happened.
But honestly, if you guys have like parents with good credit, if your parents add you on credit cards as an authorized user, that shit would what else? I'm not really listening.
How much do you make? It's probably been asked. Best cash back for Amazon, I would say top cash back is pretty consistent and they don't ban you as fast. But at Amazon, you're going to get banned with Amazon cash back. I've realized basically no matter what.
Really?
They always ban you. Be Frugal will ban you like real quick. Top cash back. I've schemed my way back into getting my cash back and then banned again. And it was around like $750 in 1 month is when I got banned. So that type of volume, I would say that's like 6,000 orders in 1 month.
And what do you use Amazon? This is a question I want to know. Do you use multiple Amazon Prime accounts or one?
So I literally just opened my second Amazon Prime account. And the only reason being is like a credit card type issue. It's not like my limit's not big enough. There's with the Amazon Prime Chase card, if you're using your credit card instead of buying gift cards, because I don't trust gift cards. I don't like it. Yeah. If you're using your credit card, then you're only allowed to make 150 purchases every day with that one card. So for a lot of people, that wouldn't be a problem. But I'm doing like around 200 like a day. So then you have to go through and revise all those payments and call in and it's a huge ordeal. So I got my mom's Amazon Prime card and then I made 2 accounts. So now it's ordering between 2 different Amazon accounts. So hopefully
all of you fuckers who think you're gonna lose your fucking Amazon Prime account.
Oh no. I have one account that it says 30,000 or it's like 29,500 orders in the last 6 months. One account.
Oh my God.
And I've actually gotten one account banned, a business account banned, and they say you will never be able to use this business name again. I literally recreated the account this like 2 minutes later, and I was back in, and it didn't get banned for like another month and a half, and now I'm still going strong. And then I
Yes.
opened up a second business account under the same business name, so I have two separate accounts, two separate primes, same name. That name's already been banned twice.
And yes, prime student is okay. But
Yeah.
what I find fucking interesting is that all these fuckers that don't want to start, that use this excuse that they don't want the Amazon account to get banned. That's why they're not going to start. It's just fucking annoying.
Yeah. I mean, it's all just like naysayers and stuff, or people that don't want to take action. I mean,
Yeah.
can't force people.
It's fucking. What else? What else? Let's see what other questions. If I join Tom's course and I do this shit 5 hours a day, will I reach 2 to 3K in 2 months? So let me answer that question.
Yeah.
What's in American boy? Kill yourself. Like what the fuck? I thought you fuckers understand who you're dealing with. Like how the fuck would you come on my motherfucking channel and ask, hey, if I touch your clothes, would I get rich? Like, nigga, kill your fucking self.
That was the best response ever.
Next, what? Okay, when hiring a VA, what task should be performed that's correspond to a monthly payment of $250?
So when you first start, I would say try to go for a VA that's going to source. If you're using like Zik Analytics or something, that sources around 30 items per day. Works 5, 6, hopefully 7 days a week, and that's what I would say is I mean, if they're pulling results, the biggest thing I've ever seen from my students and new people that are getting started in this is they'll get a VA. They'll let their VA list like 1,000 items before they even look at one item that their VA's ever fucking sourced. And they'll go, I haven't made any sales. It's not working. I go, well, did you check your VA's items? Are they not just like pulling your dick and like making up shit?
Right, exactly.
And then they're like, oh, it says it sold 30 times on Zik in the last 30 days. And I went and checked and it hasn't even sold. I was like, oh, what a surprise. The guy was just scheming you for money the entire time. And that's like the number one thing I've ever seen. Everybody's like, all these items got put up, no sales. I always say that first, and then check your prices second. Like,
so have you had to fire VA? I'm gonna readdress this American boy shit in a second, but have you had to fire any VAs and why?
I fired 2. I fired one before I even really hired him. I gave him a trial week, and I was like, source items. He wasn't doing anything. He sourced like maybe 6 items one day. They were all like trash, so I fired him right away. The second girl, she was like iffy. She was on and off, and like she wasn't doing that great. But I was like, all right, let's keep her for a bit. And then she asked me like week number 4 that she was working for me, like, can you sign these papers so that I have proof of employment so I can go buy a motorcycle? And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So then I fired her. I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
So now she can't afford a motorcycle and she doesn't have the paperwork.
Yeah.
All right, so let me kind of explain why I told American boy to kill himself. So y'all just don't think I'm just an angry black man. I am an angry black man, but I'm more than just an angry black man. So I get these questions every day. Now, when I started Diashini, I thought that I would now go into the dropshipping community, and all you have to do is follow step by step. And now every single human being is going to be who uses Diashini is going to be able to make money dropshipping on eBay, right? I honestly, like, if you go back to the Diashini group, there's still a post from maybe 3 years ago that says Diashini was founded based on Mark's naive desire to get 100% of Diashini members to make money on Diashini. Dropshipping on eBay. What I quickly realized is that most human beings are cunts. And most human beings can't follow step-by-step fucking instructions because they think that they know better.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example. When I tell people to snipe and lower the price, magically, Motherfuckers think, okay, if this item was selling 30 times a month for $50, if I raise the price to $70, it would sell once and I'll make $30, right? So when I give step-by-step instructions, so what I realize is that people want to buy the shit and get a guarantee. And I cannot guarantee that you are not a cunt.
Yeah.
So
I
to
mean,
ask a question like, if I buy the course and I work 5 hours a day, if you are a cunt working 5 hours a day, or a testicle with no brain working 5 hours a day, you could work 20 hours a day and still not make any fucking money. So that's like my fat ass trying to lose weight, and I'm in the gym 5 hours a day, and then I get home and I stuff some fucking ice cream down my throat. I'm not going to get skinny. So I get fucking annoyed and offended when I get these questions every fucking day. Like, hey, if I buy DSGini, would I make $150? My hope is that you fuckers will make a lot of money. Tom put hours and a lot of time building this course. His desire is that you'll buy the course and save a ton of time spinning your wheels, doing shit that doesn't work, and then him guiding you to actually make the money. But for you to fucking ask if you buy the course and make a ton of money, I could do the salesman thing, and Paul and Tom could do the salesman thing and say, hey, I have a student that makes $20,000, or I have a student that makes $5,000, and you could do the same. But the truth is, a lot of this education and a lot of this software are simply shortcuts for you guys to put in some work and make some money, and no fucking human being, not Jesus Christ himself, could fucking guarantee that you fuckers make $2,000 or $3,000, because like if Jesus Christ had a course, you could still fail. Sorry.
I like what you said. The one thing I would say is, yeah, like I've sold the course to a decent amount of people, and I have 2 students that have done very well, and they're up there like 65, 70,000. Like they haven't been dropshipping as long as me. They're doing very well, making some good money. I have some students in like, the middle ballpark, they're just doing their thing. Then there's some people that just buy it, give you the money, and then just never even open it. You can check on Teachable if they've watched videos, and it's like they've watched no videos. It's like, well, I don't know what you spent your money on, but it's just the fact that you put your money towards it. Like you felt better about yourself that maybe you'd get to it one day, but I have no idea. I'm not that
I hope American Boy didn't actually kill himself, because he hasn't commented since.
Yeah, he hasn't. This is alarming now. One person asked if I live in the U.S. Yeah, I live north of Boston, like 15 minutes, but I'm gonna say Boston because everybody does.
Yeah.
If we follow steps, we'll be able to make some money. Yeah, if you follow steps, take proper action, and don't give up when shit hits the fan like it does every day, then yeah, like things are gonna go wrong, and you need to realize that like only the people, like if you think that I did 150,000 in sales and nothing went wrong the entire time, like there's been times when I'm just like, oh, it's over, it's done. Like even my roommate's like, what's the latest drama, Tom? What's the latest drama? I'm like, oh, you guys wouldn't believe this. You wouldn't believe this. Then it's like the next day, you're like, oh, sold the highest I've ever sold in one day. Oh, killing it on top of the world.
So American Boy, like I'm not trying to be I am being a dick. Fuck if I'm not trying to be a dick. But dude, you have to understand, you guys watching this have to understand that, okay, when I got into like online entrepreneurship and all this shit, there was no YouTube. There was no one willing to put their face, the trust, be this open with selling information or selling software or selling training that's supposed to help you guys, right? So a lot of you guys are just used to this YouTube world where like if Tom was selling bullshit, he should not be making YouTube videos. Because anybody could be like, hey, that was bullshit. So by the mere fact that we are willing to come in public and take account for what the fuck we're doing, I went through Tom's course. I don't get on here and like talk about courses I haven't done. And these guys are putting in work to try to teach you fuckers how to make money. We put in a lot of work how to build DSG to help people make money, right? Like I post videos every fucking day. Tom, we were talking about this before. Tom was making videos all day for fucking YouTube. So this is outside of eBay dropshipping. this is also fucking work.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I spend the same amount of time like when I was learning drop shipping as I do now working. It's just that now I'm doing YouTube videos. I'm trying to learn other types of marketing, other things like that, and just try to learn the next greatest, like, I always am looking for like the best way to optimize my store on eBay. And like people are like, oh, you jumped around from this repricer to this repricer. Like, oh, you should stay on one repricing tool. And I'm like, if you know what you're doing, you can move from repricer to repricer every day if you wanted, and just like your items will never be not repriced.
It's a fucking business. You try to optimize and get better and make more fucking money. So someone asked if Paul's course is better or Tom's course is better. Now, the reason why I did this interview with Tom is because there's two separate strategies, right? Yeah. Paul focuses on optimizing. Tom snipes and does a lot like high volume sniping, right? That's a lot, cashback and all this stuff. So a lot of you guys who see fuckers drop shipping Amazon stuff and can't figure out for the life of me how these motherfuckers are profitable. This fucker right here is one of those. Yeah. So he has a completely different strategy than I do and Paul does. When I first started this course, Sports Gardens YouTube channel, I thought I was the only motherfucker that had a profitable strategy. I honestly, thought I cursed out other fucking optimizers, all these fuckers with their low margin shit, because I started off broke as fuck. I needed as much margin as possible. I had bad fucking credit, so even his strategy wouldn't work for me personally. Paul's strategy wouldn't work for me either because I have a degree in mathematics and I dropped English 101 my freshman year in college, and I can give a fuck about that shit, right? Yeah. So to compare Paul's course and Tom's course is like asking me if I like missionary position or fucking in the ass. It's two different things. So yeah, more questions.
There's one that I wanted to point out. It said Christian LS said, so what's your eBay listing routine look like? So the way I have my virtual assistants looking on Zik Analytics, it's my most popular video on my channel. Just blew up the other day. I got like 1,000 views.
One second. Yep. Fuck Zik Analytics. Buy Destiny Light. But go ahead, Tom.
All right. Fuck Zik Analytics. But my virtual assistants they go on there. I have them snipe people or like find names, and then I have a way that you can just like stay inside Zik the entire time and just look at one store, the next store, the next store, the next store, next store, and then basically it's any item that's sold 10 times or more in the last 30 days. List it, like just list it. Like not always the lowest price sells, but like you want to be in the ballpark. You don't want to be like 25% profit when the dude's rocking like a negative 2% margin and going on cash back. Like, I try to stay between 2-5% on the front end. There's the back end cash back from the card 5%. Then you got your business, Amazon business deals, stuff like that. Cash back stores if you're using top cash back, stuff like that. So it ends up bouncing around to like 7.5%, 8%, 9%. Depends on the month. Depends on what you're selling. Depends on how good you did.
And do you play the whole? Do you get someone asked if Tom's course has tax exempt? Are you tax exempt? Are you tax exempt?
I teach tax exempt on Amazon and Walmart, and just basically the whole gist of it. And I'm not just going to go through and say, hey, like you got to get tax exempt. Like in the video, I made a new Amazon account the other day, and I watched my own course video on how to re-get tax exempt because I forgot. I was like, all right, this will be easy.
Yeah, that's so fucked. A few weeks ago, I searched how to check traffic on eBay and found my video.
Like, all right, I'll watch it. Sometimes you forget.
What else?
One question said attic or basement. Is that where I am right now? I'm in the attic of my apartment. That's what it is. Okay. That's my room stuffed up there. Not in the parents' basement. I made it out. Any other questions? What do you guys think about dropshipping, even if I'm not in the US? I mean, if you're not in the US, you just got to deal with just a harder, like initial startup of getting tax exempt and stuff like that. But you can still compete. I mean, it's just a slightly harder barrier to entry.
Well, that's interesting because there's a dude from Egypt. So first of all, you fuckers who aren't following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. No BS Dropshipping, all one word. I give coupons and shit out on Instagram. But there's a dude I met on Instagram who That might be him right there who put laughing out loud. Is that you, Kareem? There's a dude I met on Instagram who's an eBay drop shipper from Egypt. He deals with all the fucking higher fees with PayPal and all the bullshit. Yeah, that's him. I have to do a call with him. So you guys, he will more answer you international dropshipper questions because that guy is making bank from fucking Egypt. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I need to get his information too because I have so many internationals that hit me up and I don't know what to tell them a lot of the
yeah,
time.
because I drop ship from Nicaragua, but I use all US stuff, right? So it's not So Kareem, now we have you might have to start a YouTube channel.
Get at it, Kareem. Come on.
So
One person
DSGN Lite is $67. I'm on DSGN, it's $15 trial and $150 a month. But this video is not about DSGN.
Yeah, one person asked, Tom, does Zik have an auto lister or do you have to manually list after researching? It depends on what repricer you're using. They have like built-in integrations with like 5 or 6 web seller gurus, sale freaks, auto DS tool, I don't know the rest, DSM I think. But I primarily use Profit Scraper at the moment, and not a lot of people have heard about it. But that you just download a CSV and bulk upload it. It's pretty simple.
Okay. To erase easier and has less movement, business parts. Why? Okay, so why should I? I'm not. Someone said I should lower the price of DSGN. Okay, thanks for the advice. Fuck.
How many listings do I list per day? I don't list any. My virtual assistants do.
How many? Okay, how many do? I have that question for you. How many do they list today, and do you take down listings?
Okay, so I never took down listings until I started working with second stores and stuff like that. So when I had my original store, I think I delisted, when I only had one store, I delisted items like twice. And that was over like, I think 6 or 7 months. Wasn't big into it. Didn't think it was really a thing. And I mean, I don't know how I really feel about it now, but I know that if I delist my shitty listings off one store and put them onto a different store, they start selling. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but it's just moving. It's like they've already been sourced. So why not just get the most out of it?
Yeah.
I just move it around. It's just recycling. Like it's just recycling listings. But how many do they list a day? If you're just doing straight up manually listing and finding items, like no real bulk actions in it, even though it's not bulk, like just pulling random items out of thin air, it's like there's some method to it. I would say 30. But once you start getting up into higher, like how to work Zik or DSGN or whatever you're trying to do, I would say I can get my virtual assistant to pump out like 70, 80 a day.
Okay.
Each. And then I have 3 listers. So
I think no, he doesn't use the DSGN. I think it's interesting. So let me just be clear. About, I think a lot of people need to understand what's going on here, right? Tom has a different strategy. And he does not use DSGN. My specific strategy works with very small accounts, works with people with bad credit, people with no money. The reason why I interviewed these guys is because I find a lot of dropshippers who dropship from Amazon with very low margin. I don't play that game, so I like talking to people who play that different game. And this is one of the guys that play that different game. Okay, what else?
One guy, Jeffrey Hudson, said, when do you guys give access to your VAs to your accounts? I mean, you can always just have them sourcing right off the bat and just putting it into like a Google spreadsheet. So you don't even need to give them access right away. A lot of programs have like virtual assistant access, like repricers where you only give them certain like abilities. And
like DSGN has virtual assistant access. Go ahead.
Yeah. Pro tip. If you have a PayPal business store, you can actually give your virtual assistants their own PayPal like rights. So I gave one virtual assistant the ability to refund people. I hated going in there and be like, I just have to go on, just refund this one person. Like, it's taking time out of my day. There has to be a way around it. And so that was it. But I mean, once you trust them, I mean, I feel like you'll realize my main virtual assistant has all of my passwords to everything.
Yeah.
Besides like my PayPal and my credit cards, but he has my credit card numbers. And everybody's like, oh, he has your credit card numbers. Like, what's he going to do? I'm like, what is he going to do? He's going to buy something from the Philippines. Chase is going to go, what the fuck is this? And then they're going to shut your card down and then you're fine. And it's like, people are afraid that they're going to steal your money or something. I don't see it.
Oh, jeez. What? Okay. So how long have we been at this shit? I have no idea. So guys, a lot of you guys came late. So first of all, there are 130 of you motherfuckers. Like my fucking video, please. Because we only have 43 likes.
Yeah,
my granny turned 97 like 3 or 4
I was the 97th like for his granny.
Were you? I saw that message. Were you really?
I actually was. I was like, no way.
So guys, try to get me to 97 fucking likes. My granny turned 97. Maybe she'll get to 98 if you guys get happy with the likes. I'm trying to save my granny's life here. Like my shit.
One thing I would say is a lot of these questions, I have videos on them on my YouTube channel, like title optimization, things like that. I don't really title optimize. Either I'm taking the person that I'm sniping from's title, but I run into some issues with that in the past. And eBay's coming up with the if you have too many return cases that are like items not as described and stuff like that, and you're going to get extra fees in that category. Yeah. So I'm trying to get rid of that and just go strictly to just Amazon titles if I'm listing from Amazon and Walmart titles. Really? That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm experimenting with that at least on one account at the moment, and things seem to be doing pretty well. I'm still selling Walmart items. I sold like probably almost $2,000 worth of Walmart items yesterday, all Walmart titles.
That's where I get to snipe, because I've sniped some of you fuckers with the same fucking title as Walmart and shit. And I'm like, what is going on?
It's just a numbers game at that point. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Make sure you're competitive on price.
Does this business take patience? Oh, jeez.
No, not at all.
Matsi, go look at another channel. With an amazing tracking number, where Amazon tracking number, just copy and paste it in order. This is a perfect question for you.
What?
So you do Amazon.
Yeah.
So aren't you even a little worried about that change with the fucking tracking number thing?
What, the Amazon logistics numbers?
Well, a mix between the Amazon logistic numbers and the eBay change.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, so I actually addressed this on one of my most recent videos, and I called eBay and I was like, yo, so I drop ship from Amazon onto eBay, yada, yada, yada. Some people are afraid to tell them. That's always the number one question. Should I tell them? They don't care. As long as you're not bad. Like, if you're bad, then they'll probably be like, oh, all right. Like,
exactly.
But if you know what you're doing and your accounts are good, then they don't care. But I asked and I said, if I just upload any tracking information, is it fine? Like, if it's Amazon logistics, does that count? And she said that it should be fine. She told me basically with like 100% certainty that as long as you upload, it won't count. Like, it doesn't count towards your metrics nowadays. You know what I mean? But it will still be, you'll still be allowed to, you know, do the items not received case or whatever that change is supposed to be. I talked about that in my eBay fall seller update video.
Yeah, I don't trust eBay, and I don't trust eBay customer service.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's the thing.
I'm not too worried about it, but I still want to wait to see. I want it to actually happen to me, for me to be 100% sure.
No, I completely understand that. It's like the same thing with how do you deal with items not received cases now when you have the Amazon logistics number. And other people are saying, you know, you can't win. I've never lost one. Like, it's pretty simple. I have a TrackerBot, and TrackerBot basically gives you that little link to like trackingmonitors.com. Copy that, paste it into the items not received case. Wait the 4 days where it says wait for eBay to step in on this case. Boop. Who knows? It probably goes to a virtual assistant. They don't even know what the hell is going on over there. and then you win every time.
Someone just asked, so I think this might be last question. Have you ever lost an eBay account?
No, not yet. I did when I first started.
Did it get suspended or anything?
Oh, I've gotten, yeah. So when I first started, I was listing things willy-nilly. I didn't know what the Vero list was at all. I was like, oh yeah, just list them all. And so yeah, I got suspended for 3 days from listing, 3 days from listing again, same account, then 7 days. And then I got 7 days again, and I called them out. I'm like, all right, like this can't keep happening, right? I'm going to get in more trouble. And they're like, yeah, if you get one more Vero violation in the next like 3 months or 6 months, like you're getting 30 days. I was like, oh, all right. So I like that's when I started really paying attention. If you use Zik Analytics, there's something called Zik Booster, which will catch some Vero violations. I made a video on that. Chili Hunter, I don't know if anybody touches Chili Hunter, but I don't like the program at all.
I don't touch it.
It does have this Vero list checker. It's like the only good part about it, and you can paste in like 100, 200 items at once, and it will show you if any of those like Vero words show up.
But I sell a decent amount of Vero items.
Yeah, I mean it's
and in like 6 years, I've gotten 1 violation, or maybe 2.
I think it's just like the sheer volume of items I have compared to you.
Yeah, because exactly, like I could lay down in bed and I know what items are making me the most money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I have a proper like I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, people ask me what I sell, and I just go everything. I don't know what I'm selling.
Actually, let me ask you, what have you fucked around with promoted listings?
Yeah, I have every item on my store is promoted at 1%.
Really?
And everybody always goes, oh, this 1% is going to cut into my margin and stuff like that. And people don't realize that when you have an eBay store, like an actual store, like a subscription, it's 9.15% is the highest amount you'll get charged per category. But there's categories that are lower than 9%. So you do all of your margins at 9%. But when you check I showed in one of my videos, when you check your, whatever it's called, your invoice at the end of the month, right. I paid for an Anchor store, all my promoted listing fees, which is like $250, and all my fees, and it only came out to 8.69% or something.
But you're only doing the 1% thing. Dedrick, leave DSM tools and come back to DSM, motherfucker. What people also don't realize is that even when you do promoted listings, you have both listings. You have the regular listing that shows up as well as the fucking
sponsored.
Yeah.
I noticed only it's like a quarter to 1/3 of my sales are coming from promoted. So
half of my sales that come from promoted, but the least I spend on promoted listings is 5%.
Oh damn! Yeah,
I'm playing a whole different game. Like I don't have all my listings on promoted.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, but last question. How many times have you gotten an increase in a month?
Limit raise?
Yeah.
Like 3 in 1 month.
And you just keep
the best thing is when they tell you that you start a second store, and that second store, if you have like a really big first store, like $1 million or whatever limit, then the second store starts off at like maybe 1,000 items, $25,000 limit is what I've been getting a lot. And then I call them up immediately and I'm like, already listed 1,000 items, because I just bulk listed 1,000 on right away that I delisted from my other account. And they're like, how'd you hit that so fast? I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Check out my other store. They go, we can't raise your limits. And I go, I know you can. Let's just stop beating around the bush here, because like I've been through this enough. And there's something that you call in, and if you ask for a business limit vet, that's one thing that you can ask for, and that could possibly get your limits raised. But you just kind of have to bully people and then be like, that's not enough items. I'm fine with the price, but not the items amount. And then
I was just about to say that when I call the second time, I always ask for one, either only the price increase or the number of items.
And like, it was like Thursday last week, they were like, we can't do it. We already raised you like 2 weeks ago. I was like, all right, just double my items and I'll be fine. Just double my items. They're like, all right, well, if we bring you up to like 4,500 on your new account, is that fine? Like, sure, for now. I'll call back. You just gotta bully them. That's what it is.
You found it. Okay, sweet. Yeah. So guys, the next time I'm live with Tom, I'll be on Tom's channel. But I think I'll have Tom. We could do another video, Tom, maybe in a couple of weeks, just to get like an update. I like to have conversations with the other people in this stuff, because no one in Nicaragua kind of does it. That's why I invite people to fucking Nicaragua, like all of this shit, right?
Yeah.
So guys, check out Tom's channel. It's in the description. Check out Tom's course as well as in the description. Like my motherfucking video. And if any of you fuckers are watching this video hasn't subscribed, eBay is gonna shut your shit down. That motherfucker up in the comments who got his account suspended, that's because he isn't subscribed to my channel.
Or you got herpes or whatever you said in your last video.
You want to say anything else before we go, Tom?
That is about it. I mean, check out my channel. Check out the course. It's 55 videos long. There's 6.5 hours of content from the original course. I just uploaded 3 new videos today. If you want to see just the gist of my style of coaching, obviously my YouTube channel, and there's a free course that I put in the description of the majority of my YouTube videos. So you'll see that there. That's about 10 videos long, and it's all like the first video from each one of the sections of my course that I pulled out, just to give you like an overall basic of how I teach eBay dropshipping. And it's definitely different from like if you have Paul's course, it's completely different. I have Paul's course. It's completely different. I know that it's different. I have his course.
Right.
And I mean, I work completely different. I work more the way Tyler does, but still not completely the same. I'd say in between the two of them.
All right, sweet. All right, guys, have a good one. And hopefully none of you guys will lose your eBay account. Later.
Hopefully. See you guys.